Hello, everybody. And a little bit of an apology for last night. I didn't get to the hotel until 7:30. I got lost. I was trying to find the client's site. I wanted to visit the site before today because I had no idea where it was. And by the time I got back to the hotel, I checked in at 7:30. So we'll schedule another Zoom session this Sunday at 7. But what I wanted to do is I had an idea. I wanted to bring to bear what are the critical success factors to be in this business. And to be in the business means not just being an OD consultant or an organizational development consultant, but being a change agent inside an organization. Many of you are going to be tasked with that responsibility, where you are chartered to bring about some type of change, or you want to bring about some type of change, or you're assigned to a task force, a team, whether you're going lean or it's Six Sigma, it's some other type of intervention in an organization. So I pulled together some things that I thought were critical, and I'll share those with you. I have about 10. I'm going to put maybe capstone. I'll put number 11 on there too. The first is building relationships. It is incredibly important, whoever you're working for, whether it's a client, whether it's a manager who's sponsoring the change, whether you've been assigned to a manager to help support that particular person. It's about building relationships, number one, establishing a good feel, appreciating each other. And that means that you have to work at that. You have to be seen as helpful and supportive, not as a hindrance. The next is establishing trust. In this business, if you don't have trust, you have to get out. If you don't have trust, you're not going to be successful. Simply said, if I don't trust you, I'm not going to open up to you. I'm not going to share with you the things that are very important, the things that are maybe controversial. If I trust you, if I see you as a helpful person, not a hindrance, if I see you as a consultant trying to help me versus a cop trying to report on me, I'm going to be more open. I'm going to be more honest. I'm going to be more authentic. And that's only going to help you. The third is as equally as important as trust is uncompromising personal integrity. We don't lie. We don't cheat. We don't manipulate. We don't use email. Or we don't try to manipulate people into certain situations and make you look good, they look bad. You don't want to throw anybody under the bus. Personal integrity is a critical success factor. The next, we have making the client successful. Basically, that's your job. Your job is not to be successful, not to look successful, not to make you successful. It's to make the client successful, make the manager successful, make the people that you are supporting successful. That's your primary job. You always need to be in the background. You need to be pushing the people that you're working with or working for. They need to be at the forefront, the supervisors, the managers, the operators, the administrators. They need to be shown as taking some credit, not you. You'll get your credit. You don't have to worry about that. Next, adding value. Now, a lot of consultants, this is a tough one. Adding value means going above and beyond. Maybe you're not going to get paid for something, but you do it because it's the right thing to do. You go out of your way. You stay late. You clean up the conference room. I mean, some of the stuff is basic fundamental. You move tables around. You don't charge somebody for every phone call. And every 10 minutes you spend on a job. That's not adding value. So you take a look at where can I add value? Where can I go above and beyond? And again, some of the stuff is very simple. The next is going, which ties into adding value, is exceeding expectations. You have an expectation, your client or your managers have an expectation. You want to exceed that. Your goal is not to meet expectations. Your goal is to do better than that because you're better than that. Your goal is to exceed expectations. And if you do that, you're going to be rewarded. Being reasonable. There are some consultants that have in their bag of tricks, they've got models and they have solutions to problems. And before the client or before the manager is even finished describing what's going on, whoops, they bring out a solution. Here's what we need to do. No, your job is to listen. Your job is to understand. Your job is to demonstrate empathy. Your job is to be flexible, which brings us into the next one. Being flexible about the expectations. You, you may not, sometimes it's better to get half a loaf than a full loaf. Sometimes you can't roll out an entire program. Sometimes you have to find somebody buried somewhere in the bowels of an organization that is willing to experiment with the change. That's where you go. So rather than trying to roll out this massive program, this incredible change, you take a little piece of it. I'm going to be flexible. I'm going to try it over here. I've got this manager who's willing to do it. That's where I'm going to go. Next is demonstrating, appreciation for the client that you're working for, demonstrating appreciation for the managers. Consider it a privilege. Not everybody can do what you're going to be doing. Not everybody wants, certainly a lot of people don't want to do it. It's hard work. It's not easy. It's frustrating sometimes. And it requires a lot of patience, and things don't always go according to plan. So sometimes you have to be flexible enough to say, now wait a minute, I may have to change on the fly. I had this vision, and this is where I thought we would go, but what I'm hearing, what I'm sensing is, we need to shift in a different direction. I'm not going to march to an agenda. I'm going to march to what's right. So if we have to throw the agenda out and spend more time on a particular area, we'll spend more time on a particular area. So those are some of the things that I think are important. And the last, to put a capstone on it, is making a commitment yourself, a personal commitment to do the best you possibly can in everything you do all the time, to achieve a personal state of excellence. That's your job. It's not just to do an average job. It's not just to do a good job. You've got to go beyond that. You've got to do the best you possibly can be, or do the best job you possibly can do. I mean, that's it. That's what is involved in this world of change. Whether you're an OD consultant, whether you're an internal consultant, whether you're just a manager trying to drive some change, whether you're a staff person in an HR organization, this is how you need to operate. And people are going to hold you to this standard, and it's got to be a high standard. You have to set the bar high. So I hope this adds a sense of clarity to some of the things that we talk about in this world of organizational development. I hope that you find this helpful. Thank you, and I certainly appreciate it. Bye-bye.